Title: Why Snakes Flick Their Tongue. Have you ever watched a snake move in silence, its tongue flicking rapidly in and out? For many, it's an eerie sight. But what if I told you that this simple gesture is a masterpiece of evolution, a symbol of survival, intelligence, and communication? Welcome to HowlNest, where we explore the deep truths of the animal world. And today, we're uncoiling the mystery behind one of nature's most misunderstood creatures. This is not just a story about snakes. It's a journey into the unknown, a testament to how even the smallest, quietest movements in nature hold incredible meaning. And by the end of this story, you may never look at a snake the same way again. Let's begin. The flicker in the grass. In the dry, golden grasslands of Africa, a lone black mamba slithers silently through the underbrush. It's not chasing prey, not yet. Its tongue flicks rapidly, in and out, a simple gesture, barely noticeable unless you're watching closely. But what looks like a strange habit is actually one of the most advanced sensing systems in the animal kingdom. The snake is reading the world. While we use our eyes to see and our noses to smell, snakes have evolved something more efficient and more mysterious. They use their tongues not just to taste the air, but to decode it. Every flick brings in particles, tiny invisible messages from the ground, the air, even from other animals. It's not just survival, it's an ancient dance of adaptation and awareness. The Jacobson's organ, the hidden codebreaker. Deep inside the snake's head lies the Jacobson's organ, also known as the vomeronasal organ. When the snake flicks its tongue, it's collecting scent particles. The tongue draws them into the organ, which then decodes the data like a supercomputer. Through this invisible map, the snake knows if danger is near or if food is just around the corner. It senses the pheromones of a mate or the fear of its prey. In darkness, in silence, in stillness, the tongue becomes the eye of the unseen. Isn't that beautiful? A creature with no limbs, no ears in the traditional sense, limited vision, yet still a master of its environment. A symbol of strength in silence. We often misunderstand snakes. Some fear them, some hate them, but maybe that's because we don't truly know them. Snakes don't roar. They don't chase. They don't dominate. They wait, they watch, and they sense. And when they act, they strike with purpose. Their tongue flick is not random. It's intentional. A quiet form of wisdom. A calm mind reading the chaos of the world. In many ways, we could learn from them. Lessons from the tongue of the snake. Awareness is power. Just like a snake senses every shift in its environment, we too need to be aware of the subtle changes around us. Not everything is loud. Not everything is obvious. Sometimes, it's the smallest sign that matters most. Adaptation is survival. Snakes live in deserts, forests, oceans, and cities. Why? Because they listen, they adapt. They read the invisible signs and act accordingly. Quiet doesn't mean weak. The snake doesn't boast. It doesn't bark or roar, but it survives where many fail. Its strength lies in strategy, not showmanship. Think about that. The flick that saved a life. In Australia, a little girl once wandered into the brush behind her house. She didn't know a highly venomous eastern brown snake was coiled silently under a bush nearby. As she got closer, the snake flicked its tongue, sensing vibrations, reading the air, analyzing her scent. It didn't strike. It moved away silently. The girl was saved, not because the snake was weak, but because it was wise. That flick of the tongue wasn't aggression. It was awareness. A life was spared, and no one even noticed. But we notice. At HowlNest, we believe every creature, no matter how small or feared, has a story worth telling, And today, the snake has shown us that sometimes the most powerful tools are the ones we never think about. A dance older than time. Snakes have been flicking their tongues for millions of years, since long before the first bird took flight or the first mammal walked the earth. This ancient skill has survived meteor strikes, ice ages, and continents drifting apart. Why? Because it works. Because nature rewards those who evolve quietly, effectively, beautifully. Every time a snake flicks its tongue, it's continuing a tradition as old as life itself, a whisper from the dawn of time that says, be aware, be adaptable, be patient. Your own tongue flick moment. You don't have to be a snake to understand this lesson. Life, there will be moments when you need to pause, to sense, to reflect before you act. That's your tongue flick moment. You don't always need to respond with noise. Sometimes the best answer is silence. Sometimes the most powerful move is observation. Just like the snake. The world through a snake's eyes. Can you imagine what it's like? To feel the world not through words, but particles? Not through pictures, but vibrations. Every molecule holds a clue about survival, about life, about connection. And the snake flicks its tongue not to frighten, but to understand. It's not a threat. It's a question. Who are you? Are you friend or foe? Can I trust this wormult? And isn't that what we all ask in our own way? Final message. So the next time you see a snake flicking its tongue, don't recoil in fear. Remember, it's not aggression, it's intelligence, it's survival. It's a secret language between the animal and the earth. It's a message to all of us. Listen more, watch closely, and never underestimate the quiet ones. This is HowlNest, and if you felt the power of this untold story, if it opened your eyes even for a moment, then hit that subscribe button and join us on more journeys into the wild, emotional, and incredible world of animals. Let's tell their stories together.